Hey, how's it going, you guys? It's petplatypus here, and it's time to talk about episodes 88 and 89 of Hunter x Hunter. This was a pretty good episode of Hunter x Hunter. We basically get more of what we've got in the past two episodes. Fighting Knuckle, progressing little by little, or, little by little for Gon and Killua standards, which is fairly quickly. More ant stuff. We've got a new Royal Guard. The final Royal Guard has showed up. Fuck his name. I'm calling him fucking Yuppie. Fuck that whole name. Or just the ant version of Finks from the Phantom Troop. It's seriously, the face is identical. We get to learn a little bit about Shoot, but not much. And, yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing, and Palm is still being fucking weird, and it's just funny. Like, she's such a psychopath, but it's just funny to watch for some reason when she does weird psychotic shit. But yeah, it was a good episode. We got Gon and Killua. They got the 3 hours down perfectly. It's good to go. We got them going after Knuckle. We get the fight with Knuckle. He says that... I'm not going in order for this summary, by the way, just to warn you. We got Knuckle talking about how there's a weakness to the rock, paper, scissors technique. And we'll see what that... Well, two weaknesses, actually. So we'll see what that is probably in the next episode. But, yeah. There's a weakness there. I don't know what he's talking about. Maybe charge time? I'm not sure yet. One of them was probably the charge time. But, yeah. So there's that. Then we've got... Palm kind of developing a friendship with Gon in a really awkward and weird way. Yeah, and the new guy, we don't know much about the new guy's personality. All he said was, I'm hungry. But the one dude is like, what, like a few days old, and he knows how to play the violin like a beast. So, that's impressive. Yeah, so he's doing his thing, playing violin. It would seem that Kite's body is now able to fight through some kind of puppet ability that is probably Neferpito's ability. She created like a fucking stand with like puppet strings and shit. But yeah, it seems like it was probably Kite's body just because of the long ass hair. So, the fucking Royal Guard are doing their thing. The king is getting closer and closer to coming out, so that's awesome. What else? That's pretty much... Oh, and then we have the stuff with Netero, which is... Netero's so awesome, dude. He's, like, stretching and shit, and he's just like, dude, I'm starting to get my step back, man. I'm fucking getting back into this shit. It's just really cool. He's fucked up so many ants at this point. They're losing squadrons left and right, and they're just like, what the fuck, dude? This is crazy. But yeah, and that last shot of this episode, that's my thumbnail, or it might be my thumbnail. I'll see if there's something cooler in 89 first, but, that was a really cool shot at the end with Netero saying he might have to sacrifice somebody, so we'll see where that goes. But yeah, really cool episode of Hunter x Hunter overall, but not a ton of progression and not, anything overly amazing. I'll sit it at around a 7.5 out of 10, better than the last episode, which was a 7 out of 10, but nothing super special, but I did really enjoy it. So yeah, now we'll move on to 89. Okay, you guys, so episode 89 of Hunter x Hunter. This was a pretty cool episode of Hunter x Hunter. Had cool action. It's mainly Gon versus Knuckle, and then we have some cool stuff at the end, which I'll get into later. No ants in this episode, surprisingly. But, or Netero. But yeah, it's cool to see it just focus on this, because now we're getting some really solid progress in terms of strength for the characters. Gon is fighting Knuckle. He's not doing the greatest, but he's not doing the worst either. He tries using his new Jajan Ken because he's he stuttered and that's the name of his attack now. But yeah, he tries using that, and the two weaknesses are charge time, which I thought, and also that you're putting all your energy into one attack, so your defense is weaker. And, I kind of thought of that too, but I didn't really think of it when I was making the review a second ago. But yeah, he's doing that. He's trying to do that. He's getting blocked, but he starts to adapt it and do fake outs with it. And Killua was noticing this and talking about how it's an unpredictable technique. And I already knew it was going to be an unpredictable technique because, rock, paper, scissors, you don't know what a person's going to do. But yeah, he's doing that. He almost lands a solid hit, but he runs out of energy and he's like, I'm going to win tomorrow. So then they go home, and that's the majority of the episode. Now we have Killua, and Gon's asleep, and Killua is with Biscuit, and they're gonna, like, train. And she actually shows Killua her fucking beast mode, and he has to keep it a secret. And his face is all fucked up, but when we actually get the flashback, it's not just comedic. I mean, she looks funny dressed the way she is, all buff, but she's talking about how you're too much of a bitch in combat. Like, if this person seems stronger, you're like, run the fuck away. And you need to change that, because she thinks that he might actually leave Gon to die at some point. And that's heavy, and that, you could tell how Killua reacted to that. He was like, whoa, like, what? Like, and he might, you know, that's totally a possibility, and I think it's a cool concept to explore, and she knows it's not his fault, it's how he was trained. We saw, like, so many Illumis in this episode, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, so he has to work on that, and now he's ready to fight. He does not want to fucking leave Gon, you know, and that's the condition. If he loses to shoot, it's over for him as far as being with Gon. I mean, probably not forever, but for now at least. So yeah, heavy shit towards the end of the episode. Cool action towards the beginning. Not a ton of overall story progress, but there was good combat progression as far as training goes, and I like the stuff with Killua towards the end of the episode. I thought that stuff was really good. Still, I'll end up giving this episode a 7.5 because even though there was stuff I really liked, there wasn't a ton of overall progression. The animation was nothing spectacularly amazing or anything. It wasn't bad. It was good during the combat and everything. But, you know, it wasn't like the most mind-blowing animation or anything. Nothing really about this episode stood out amazingly except for Gon's progress and Killua towards the end. And that's really only two things, so... And they're not two things that are gigantic, so... 7.5 for this episode of Hunter x Hunter, but I still really enjoyed it. So, tell me what you guys thought of these two episodes in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching.